Welcome back, folks, to Megaman 7 here on the Heavy Bass X channel. I'm flying solo for the next few parts, mostly due to the fact that I really want to get this stuff done, really, and to be this would have been last, you know that sort of Megaman thing, which was me, James, talking about Megaman games? Yeah, I wanted to talk about this, Rockman and Forte, friggin' Megamans 1, 2, and 3, but a lot of shit got in the way, which includes the forming of the RTK channel, other LPs, and it didn't help that I had issues of real life. But anyway, the reason why we're going back through Cloudman stage is because there is something, we're going to be doing something that is common in the Mega Man X games, and that is called backtracking. Because there are secret items to find in each of the levels. You may have noticed we have not been, we didn't collect everything in this game. So we didn't collect every item. And there's and as you may have noticed, there are actual items that we did not actually get. So the reason why we're back here, even though we did pick up the letter and we did pick the letter up and get something else because, well, this is what you're supposed to actually do. When you have the Freeze Cracker weapon, which is a silly name for a weapon, might I add, because all that shit with Ferguson recently. Man, it's a stupid name for a weapon, Freeze Cracker. It should have been called Icicle. It should have been called Snowflake Cutter or something. Or something cooler, but Freeze Cracker? No. It's a stupid name. Anyway, basically with the winner element behind you and the return of these fucking enemies, that is what you're supposed to do. And because the Junk Crusher is actually an actual good shield. I didn't realize it. It's not particularly the best shield in the game. That shield in the series actually goes to the Jewel satellite. That's a brilliant shield. It just allows you to go impenetrable. But there's a lot of good weapons in there. Anyway, when you have the rush search, all you have to do is search here. And Rush will actually find something. And Rush will go woof woof woof. And then he will dig. This is kind of important. He digs. Items need to be digging. And he pulls up this really giant bolt. Yeah, there are 5 of these bolts in the game, and all they do is give you 100 bolt currency to add to your list. That's all for all the shop and parts. And before we do, we're moving on to Junkman's level. We're not going back to Freezeman's level because we have his letter. There is a reason why we're here, and it is actually pretty useful. The Junk Shield's actually pretty good. It does kill enemies, but the more you take hits, basically like this, as you may have noticed, it'll downgrade. That's not a good thing. That is actually a terrible thing. And I would like to say though, the cockroaches in this game are much worse than the fucking Metatars and B-Tools in this game. Yes, Moose, I'm saying Me-Tools, where the proper pronunciation is Metatars. Okay? Tomatoes and tomatoes, okay? Stick with that. Moving on. And yes, and if Kari hears this, and I know she will at some point, and she usually watches stuff on the channel, I will be getting on with our RTK Nix collab project together, which is going to be the second Fatal Frame. Why? Because, well, we kind of think, well, it's a better game. It's a much better game than the first Fatal Frame. By the way, go watch the Fatal Frame. The entirety of Fatal Frame is actually done. Holy shit, I know. It has a pretty good ending. Chibi Kari's an evil bitch. So, anyway, Freeze Cracker actually freezes molten steel, and you have to freeze this one in particular in order to go down here, because there is the final rush letter needed. And as you can see, that is molten steel, molten lead or something like that, and the Freeze Cracker completely freezes it. This, however, is the reason why you need the rush letters. This is the Super Adapter. It is a very powerful rush armor. As you can see, Mega Man uses it quite a bit in the Mega Man Sonic crossover that Archie did, and it is one of the best armors in the game. Also, there is another hidden item here. Before we move on, because this game, as you mentioned before, has a lot of hidden items, and unfortunately, he just discovers a small bolt. That's not the secret. The secret is right here. Use Rush Search at these 3 points there. And as you can pretty much see right there, he keeps going and digs, he will find yourself another Mega Bolt. This is again more, there's only 5 of these, and there's only 2 of them in the game. 2 in this round of levels. That's all that I can actually provide. This is the actual end of the level, because now we get to face 4 new Robot Masters, which are even more terrifying and scary and shit and etc and stuff. Mostly due to the fact that there's a lot of stuff here. Okay! This is what you would have normally did if you actually didn't have the chance to search the items. And if you may have noticed, you can actually buy Beat, but Beat cannot be seen anywhere. That's for later on. Anyway, moving on. Next episode, we're going to be taking on the first of these 4 brand new Robot Masters. And that, of course, we'll say that for another day. See you next video. Bye for now.